Contrary to what a lot of people might tell you on the internet, there is no one quick way or quick hack to scale to 10K months in 30 days. There is no secret trick, hack, or viral reel that you are missing. If you are wanting to scale and make more money, there are different knobs that you have to twist and turn for your own business. And the thing is, everybody has a different combination of these knobs that we're twisting and turning to be successful for you. Specifically, there are 5 knobs that we have to turn, and in this video, I am going over them and I call them the 5 pillars of profit. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily Kim and I help creative entrepreneurs and service providers grow their small business with no fluff tips and strategies. When I started looking at my photography business through the lens of the 5 pillars of profit, it changed everything. These 5 pillars of profit really apply to any kind of one-on-one creative service. So even if you're not a photographer, maybe you're a designer, you're a coach, you can still keep watching this video and these tips will apply. The 5 pillars of profit are as follows: your craft, your community, your offer, your message, and your systems. Let's dive into each one of these individually. First, your craft. I see so many creatives spending all of their time here, which on one hand I love because it means you really love what you do and you're passionate about making your skill set better, but your craft is only one piece of the business puzzle. A lot of people think, and I have heard people say to me, well, if I just work really hard and I'm the best at what I do, then the business will come. Maybe that used to be true, but I'm sure you've seen other people in your industry maybe not as seasoned at their craft, but are crushing it in business. They're getting clients left and right and are talking about how they're booked out for whatever. The reason that they're excelling is probably because they excel in the other 4 pillars. And that's why your craft is only one piece of the profit puzzle. Unfortunately, you can't have your work speak for itself and then just expect people to show up at your door ready to hand you money. You have to be proficient in these other skills. But if you're looking at the other pillars and you know that your craft is something that you need to work on, here are 3 steps to continue to hone your skills. The first is to continuously learn and experiment. When I work with my photography clients, it is a goal of mine to try at least one new technique or do something differently for at least one photo. I make it very clear to the client that, like, okay, this is an experiment. You're still gonna get, the portfolio work that you see on my website, but I'm just gonna try this. It might work, it might not. The best case scenario is you get an amazing shot that you've never done before, and that's something you can build to your portfolio. And the worst case scenario is you just don't show it to them. And that's okay. Your clients will appreciate seeing this because they know you're always learning and they appreciate that you are trying something new with them. Number 2 is to curate your portfolio. We really want to take a holistic look at your portfolio and look at each piece that you're publishing on your website under the scrutiny of like a microscope. We always want to be showing the best of the best work. And something that I like to do is, let's say I have a client in a specific industry, like a physical trainer, I will curate photos from other physical trainers that I've worked with or work that is similar or relevant and pull together a custom portfolio for them so they can really get a good idea of what I can create for them. The third is to critique your own work and also embrace feedback. I am not saying to beat yourself up every time you see something that you could have improved in a photo. The fact that you're even noticing it is amazing. We really want to be able to take an objective look at our work and take real notes on what can be improved without hurting our own feelings or bruising our egos. There is always something that can be improved, and if you have trouble doing this, then you can always attend a portfolio review or ask a trusted colleague or peer to do a portfolio review with you. Just make sure if you do this, you do it with a group of people that you trust. If you are looking for a safe place to have a portfolio review or ask for constructive criticism, you can join my free private Facebook group, Profitable Creatives, link here or here. Over time, if you continue to do these 3 things, you will hone your skill set and develop your own signature style. This is essential to running a successful creative business because your potential clients want to see the work that you can deliver. By having a consistent, curated body of work, you are proving to your clients that you can deliver on what you say you do. Now, the rest of these pillars are all business related, so buckle up. Pillar number 2 is community. And you might hear other coaches or experts or whatever refer to this as followers or audience. I personally cannot stand using the word audience because we're all people. I'm not here trying to give a concert. Maybe you are, but as a photographer, I am not trying to give a concert. An audience is a group of people that you talk to. However, a community is a group of people that you talk with. And we're not even going to talk about the word followers because That's weird. It is hard to sell to an audience, but it is easy to sell to your community. Your community is genuinely interested in what you do because you have a vested interest in them. You're talking to them, you're opening a conversation. It's like if you were to meet people in person. That's exactly what it should be like. If you need more tips on this, tomorrow's video will be all about how to build a thriving community, so stay tuned for that. Pillar number 3 is your offer, and what I mean by that is the package or service that you provide. Now, there are 3 key components to a successful package or offer. The first being, is it actually what your clients want? What I don't want to happen is for you to, crawl into your office, think about all of the things that you could offer to a client, all of the things that you can do, throw it all on a website and say, here, this is what I can do for you. Because that isn't helpful for the client. We need to know in their own words, what is it that they want? What is the problem that you're solving? And how can we concisely communicate what you do and solve their problem? The second component of a successful offer is it what you want to be doing? So we should always be taking into account what our clients and potential clients want, but we have to cross-reference that with what we want to do, or else we're just going to get resentful, and that's a recipe for disaster. So for example, I am a brand photographer. Sometimes people come to me and say, hey, do you design websites? Can I design a website? Yes. I have a degree in computer science. I like design. It was another hobby, and I worked for a web design agency in a past life. Is it something that I want to be doing right now? No. So just because I can do it, I don't want to do it, so I don't offer it. You can always refer back to pillar number 2 in your community. Is there somebody that you can refer for this different service? The third component of a successful offer is it priced profitably? This is the absolute backbone of your business, because if your offer or package does not make you money, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. We can get really into this later, so if you want a video on this, let me know in the comments. The fourth pillar of profit is your message, and this is very closely intertwined with your offer, because it's not just about what you are saying, it's about how you are saying it. What value are you delivering? It's not just a 2-hour photo shoot with 50 images, 2 locations, 3 outfits. It's a brand photo shoot where you get a full set of images that you can use to fill out your website, your rebrand, and your social media for the next 3 to 6 months. You are providing a transformation, and even though it's a one-on-one service, it is still a product, and we should be talking about it like it's a product. Another thing to think about is it easy for other people to describe what you do when you're not in the room? Can your community communicate what it is that you do so that they can act as your referral partners? Now, the one huge pitfall I want you to avoid here is only asking other people in your industry what your message should be. I cannot tell you how many photography Facebook groups I'm in where photographers ask other photographers, how should I say this? How should I phrase this? It can be good to get feedback from peers, but what you really need to be doing is focusing on your own clients and potential clients and listening to the words that they are saying. How do they describe what they want? Usually, other peers in your industry are not your clients, so we really shouldn't be relying on their opinion alone to decide what our message should be. I recommend putting together a document in Google Docs or in Canva that has common words and phrases that you use and that your clients use to describe the service that you offer. Then you can easily refer back to it and make sure that your branding, your website, and your social media all reflect the same message. Fifth and finally are your systems. How do you manage everything? How do you send invoices, contracts, messages? Now, this isn't just software. It's not just your CRM. It's not just your editing software or whatever program you use to do your business. It's also, how do you allocate your time? Where and how do you get work done? Where do you get your clients? All of these are systems. Now, this can be a big one to tackle. The easiest way to get started with figuring out what your systems are, if you aren't sure, is to take 5 minutes, set a timer, brain dump all of the tasks that you do in your business. Once you've done that for 5 minutes, you'll probably find more later, but start to categorize each of these tasks into different buckets, like maybe one is client work, maybe another is admin, another is marketing, and you'll start to see different patterns and different tools that you use for each category. What's really important here is to make sure that once you've done this, you have a streamlined step-by-step process that you do for each step. So for example, when you onboard a client, what does the step-by-step process look like? It is probably very similar or the same for every client, and that should be written down somewhere. The reason we do that is in case you ever decide to hire someone, if you bring on an assistant, if you need somebody else to do it for you at some point in time, you have that written down. This is for your own sanity as well, because if you have all of these steps written down, over time, you will start to see where else you can save time. what else can I create a template for? What can I create an automation for to make your life easier and to make your client experience better? Once I had a baseline understanding of these 5 pillars, your craft, your community, your offer, your message, and your systems, things started clicking for me in my business. Now, we went over a lot here, and there will be some coaches that tell you, oh, if you're not good at it or you don't like to do it, just outsource it, hire out for it, delegate it. Sure, you can do that, and I do outsource things in my own business, but I think it's really important to have a baseline understanding of all of these 5 pillars so that if you decide to hire out for these roles or any of these tasks, you know how it should work and you know what the end result should look like. You aren't going to be able to hire the right people if you don't first understand what the outcome is that you want to achieve. If you want a step-by-step roadmap on how to build out these 5 pillars, you can check out my business coaching membership, the Business Side Blueprint. This is a monthly program, and if you join and decide it's not for you, you can unsubscribe at any time. You can check out the link for that below. Keep an eye out for my next video, which is all about how I market my photography business by building my community.